Hey there, welcome back. I'm really excited you're here because we just got some major news that could put real money back in your pocket. We're talking about a completely new program that's rolling out nationwide tariff rebate checks that could provide direct relief to millions of American families who've been feeling the pinch from higher prices on everything from groceries to gas. This isn't just another political promise or something that might happen someday. The administration has announced concrete steps to distribute these rebate checks, and the timing couldn't be better as families across the country continue to deal with inflation and rising costs on imported goods. We're looking at a program that could affect over 150 million households, with checks ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on your income level and family size. But here's what makes this situation particularly interesting. While the rebate program is moving forward, there are eligibility requirements, application processes, and timing considerations that could determine whether you get your money quickly or face delays. On top of that, different states are handling the distribution differently, and there are specific deadlines you need to know about to make sure you don't miss out. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. And before we dive into exactly how much you could receive and when, let me ask you something. With everything that's been happening with prices lately, what would make the biggest difference for your family right now? Lower grocery bills? Help with gas costs? Or just some extra cash to catch up on bills? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single one, and it really helps me understand what's hitting hardest in your daily life. And if this kind of breaking news analysis is useful to you, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss important updates like this. Now, here's exactly what these tariff rebate checks are and how they're supposed to work. The basic concept, the idea behind these rebates is straightforward when tariffs are collected on imported goods. Instead of that money just going into general government revenue, a portion gets redistributed directly back to American consumers who are ultimately paying those higher prices. Think of it as a way to offset the cost increases you've been seeing at the store. Who qualifies? The eligibility is based on your 2024 tax return and follows a similar structure to previous stimulus payments. Single filers making under $75,000 qualify for the full amount. Married couples filing jointly with incomes under $150,000 get the complete rebate. There's a phase out for higher incomes, and the payments completely stop at $99,000 for singles and $198,000 for married couples. Payment amounts? Here's where it gets interesting. The base amount is $800 for single filers and $1,600 for married couples. Plus, you get an additional $500 for each dependent child under 17. So a family of 4 could be looking at $2,600 total. But there's also a variable component based on how much tariff revenue was actually collected, which could boost these amounts by 20–30% depending on trade volumes. The timeline. The first wave of payments is scheduled to start in late February 2025, with most people receiving their rebates by the end of March. If you have direct deposit set up with the IRS from your tax refunds, you'll get your money fastest. Paper checks will take 4–6 weeks longer, and prepaid debit cards are being sent to people the system can't reach electronically. But here's where things get complicated, and why millions of people might face delays or miss out entirely. Application requirements. Unlike previous stimulus payments that were largely automatic, these rebate checks require you to actively claim them. You can do this through a new online portal that's being set up, by filing a simple form with your 2025 tax return, or by calling a dedicated phone line. The problem is, if you don't take action, you don't get the money. Documentation needed. To prevent fraud, the system requires verification that goes beyond just your Social Security number. You'll need your 2024 adjusted gross income, information from your most recent tax return, and proof of your current address. People who moved recently or had major life changes are finding the verification process more complicated. State-by-state variations. While this is a federal program, individual states are handling some aspects of distribution differently. Some states are partnering with local agencies to help people apply. Others are doing additional income verification. And a few states are adding their own supplemental payments on top of the federal rebate. The customer service situation is already showing strain. The dedicated hotline has been overwhelmed since the announcement, with wait times stretching to over an hour. The online portal crashes frequently during peak usage times, and many people are reporting error messages when trying to submit their applications. Technology barriers. Just like we've seen with other government programs, people without reliable internet access or computer skills are struggling to navigate the application process. Rural areas and older Americans are particularly affected, which is concerning since these are often the groups hit hardest by higher prices. Banking issues. If your banking information has changed since you last filed taxes, your payment could be delayed or sent to the wrong account. The system uses your most recent tax filing information, so if you switched banks or closed accounts, you need to update that information before your payment processes. Here's what's particularly important to understand. This isn't a one-time program. The administration is positioning these rebates as an ongoing response to tariff collections. That means if you establish your eligibility now and keep your information updated, you could receive similar payments quarterly or twice a year, depending on how much tariff revenue is collected. Income verification challenges. The IRS systems that verify your income eligibility are the same ones that handle tax processing, and they're already overloaded. Some people are being told their income can't be verified even though they filed their taxes normally. This is causing approval delays that could push payments back by months. Fraud prevention delays. New security measures mean additional verification steps for anyone whose application raises red flags. This includes people who've moved recently, changed jobs, got married or divorced, or had significant changes in income. While this protects against fraud, it's creating legitimate delays for millions of people. Direct deposit priority. The Treasury Department is prioritizing electronic payments to reduce costs and speed delivery. But if you don't have a bank account, or if your account information is outdated, you're automatically moved to the slower paper check process. Some banks are also requiring additional verification before accepting these deposits, adding another layer of potential delay. Now let's talk about what this money could actually mean for your household budget. For a typical family spending $200, $300 more per month on groceries and household items due to higher prices, a $2,600 rebate could cover 8-10 months of those increased costs. But the timing matters if you need help with heating bills this winter. Waiting until March or April for your rebate doesn't solve your immediate problem. Planning considerations. Financial experts are recommending that people not count on this money for essential expenses until it actually arrives. The application process, verification requirements, and potential technical issues mean there's still uncertainty around exactly when payments will reach individual families. Tax implications. These rebate payments are not considered taxable income for 2025. Which means you won't owe taxes on the money when you file next year. However, if you're receiving other government benefits, you should check whether these payments could affect your eligibility for programs like SNAP Medicaid or housing assistance. Scam warnings. Whenever there's news about government payments, scammers come out in force. The government will never ask you to pay fees to receive your rebate, won't ask for gift cards or cryptocurrency, and won't contact you demanding immediate action. All legitimate communications will come through official government websites or mail with official letterhead. State supplement programs. Several states are adding their own money to these federal rebates. California is adding $300 per household. New York is providing an additional $200 for seniors. Texas is boosting payments for families with multiple children. Check with your state's revenue department to see if additional money is available. Looking at the broader economic picture, These rebate checks are part of a larger strategy to offset the consumer impact of trade policies while maintaining tariff revenue for government operations. The success of this program could determine whether similar rebate systems become a permanent feature of trade policy. Congressional considerations. While the executive branch can implement this program using existing authority, some members of Congress are pushing for legislation that would make these rebates automatic and larger. Others are questioning whether the money should be used for deficit reduction instead. The political dynamics could affect future rebate amounts and eligibility requirements. So here's your step-by-step action plan to make sure you get your rebate. 1. Gather your documents now. Get your 2024 tax return, current banking information, and proof of address ready before the application system opens. 2. Set up direct deposit if you don't have it already. Establish direct deposit with the IRS through their online portal to speed up payment. 3. 4. Apply early. Submit your application as soon as the system opens to avoid delays from high volume. 5. Keep your information updated if you move or change banks. Update your information immediately in all government systems. 6. Don't pay fees. Never pay anyone to help you apply for these rebates. The process is free. 7. Check state programs. Look into whether your state offers additional rebate money on top of the federal payment. 8. Save confirmation information. Keep records of when and how you applied in case there are problems later. And here's what I need from you. If you've already tried to get information about these rebates, whether through phone calls or online searches, let me know what you found in the comments. Which resources were helpful? What was confusing? Your experience could really help other people navigate this process more effectively. If this breakdown helped you understand what's coming and how to prepare, give it a thumbs up so more families can find this information. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. I'll be tracking the rollout of this program and will let you know immediately when application systems go live and when payments start hitting bank accounts. Thanks so much for watching today. This could be real money in your pocket soon. So stay informed, get prepared, and I'll see you in the next update with more details as they become available.